Today we're going to be looking at the video editing software iMovie. A couple quick things first about iMovie is that iMovie is a product of the Macintosh company, meaning that it can only be used by Macs or iPhones. So if you have a Windows laptop or computer or Linux, if you have that, it's not going to be able to run iMovie. Meaning if you're in a group setting and you want to create something using iMovie, you're going to have to find some other type of video editing software. You need to make sure that everybody in your group has access to iMovie, because if you don't, you're going to need to be converting a lot of different types of videos into QuickTimes, and it's just a whole big mess that you don't want. Okay, so now moving on to iMovie itself. So what we're going to do is we're going to open it up, and I was working on a product beforehand. So open it up, go back out, call this tests number 3. Okay, and so now we're going to create something new. So create new. There's two different types that you can make. You can make a movie or you can make a trailer. Trailer is a little bit more fancier, but it can only be a couple minutes long. And a movie, it can be as long as you want. So we're going to hit that. And in order to start making our movie, we're going to need some footage. So File, click on that one up top. And we are going to go to Import Media. And we have the media that we need right here at the top, 5 of the best street foods in Queens. Okay, click on that. And we can watch the video right here if we want to, but since we know this is the video, we're going to go over here, import selected, and we can actually scrub through the video if we just hover our cursor above it just to make sure this is the right video, and this is it. So in order to start editing it, actually we grab that, pop that right there on the timeline, and once again you can scrub through it, but you're probably noticing that's going to be kind of hard to edit a video like this small. So what we're going to do is we're going to click that, stretch it out, and we use this device right here. It's called a stretch bar, at least that's what I call it, and we can stretch it smaller if we just want to make it a little bit more concise, or we can increase it for precision and go frame by frame in the video. Alright, and now in order for the start of the video, what we're going to need to do right now is we're going to need to make a title. So we go up right over here. You see this little menu bar right here, My Media, Audio, Titles, Backgrounds, and Transitions. So we're only going to focus today on titles and transitions. So we click title, and there's a variety of templates that you can choose from. For simplicity's sake, we're just going to go with standard. It's just a nice standard font, goes in and out. Grab that, and we just drag that, drop it in, and it'll tell us it's going to go on for 4 seconds. So if we go back to the video, we can see that it will go on for 4 seconds and then stop. Okay, and now we need to know how to actually edit it. It's quite simple, so we're just going to go over to this, click it, and we can type in what we want. So let's do, for our first title, we're going to do Best Street Foods. Okay, and we're going to get that, and we're going to make sure that location, Queens, New York, and we want to be able to get credit for this, so we're going to put our name in. Alright, and it's actually kind of cool. What iMovie has is there's a variety of different types of fonts and colors that you can choose from. So what we're going to do, if you want, you can highlight it, click it, and you can see all the different types of fonts that you can get. So you can American Typewriter, or we can go back to the book font, and then we can also increase the size of the font if we want to make it bigger. We can give it 212, but we're going to go back down to, I believe it was 70. And then you can align it however you would like. I'm just going to keep it right there in the middle, keep it nice and concise. What I think is the coolest thing about iMovie and the title is that you can very finely select the type of color that you want for your font. So I thought that was a nice touch, instead of giving presets that you can really go in there and get precise with your font. So we're just going to go white today. Go for that. Exit out. And there we have our title. But let's say we don't want it to go on for 4 seconds throughout the video right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go head over here, and we're just gonna drag this on down. I call this one right here, it's called your, I like to call it the expander condenser tool. So we're gonna condense that just to say, let's go for 2 seconds. Just a quick little snippet that we can see right there, and boom, we're done. We're in the video. All right. So in order to get the next important tool that we're going to need to go for, it's going to be a cut. And a cut is, if you're familiar with it, it's going to be in a movie when a frame changes to a different frame or the camera angle changes, so that we can see right here in the top right corner. See, they're going, they're going, they're going, and there's a cut to the Kenisa Boulevard. But we want to make this disappear in the video. So what we're going to do is we're going to drag this gray line over here. We're going to right click. Oh, come on. Okay. Right click. Split clip. And from there, we can edit however we want. So right here, there's a division, so we can eliminate that as much as we want, or we can increase it. But let's say we wanted something from this side to appear over on this side. So we go back over here, we right click, we split that clip, and then we want this whole segment right here. So bring it back over here, and we right click, split the clip, and boom. Now we can have this over here and place that on top. So when we scrub through, it goes on top, goes back down, and there we go. And iMovie actually does this really cool thing where there's not going to be a black screen when you take out a clip. It just transitions nicely into whatever was beforehand, which is also a very nice tool to have. So don't have to worry about any type of black screens that are going to be happening or anything like the sort. Okay, and so now for the last tool that we're going to be looking at is a transition. A transition is a clean way to go from cut to a cut instead of just having a rapid change of camera angles. So iMovie, we're going to go transitions, and we're going to do fade to black. Fade to black is always kind of nice because we can see right here, it's just a nice simple fade into something else. Now in order to have a transition iMovie, you need to have a cut first. So you need to go over to the divide and just place it in there. And then we can see right here, simple transition into something else. And there's a lot of different transitions that you can use. You can make the cross zoom if you want. We can put that, we'll put that one right here. Let's see, move that guy over here. So yeah, we can see it zooms in. And then we see this one, the fade to black. And yeah, those are pretty much the simple, most basic tools that you're going to be using in iMovie. There's a lot of different ones that you can use. You can use backgrounds. You can customize them however you want. For the sake of this video, going into backgrounds is essentially just going to be a fancier title, in my opinion. If you want to create that, you can, but you should just mainly stick with the title, especially if you're doing something as formal as a documentary. So for right now, what we're going to do is we're going to actually end this video. So we're going to go to File, and we're going to go to Share. I'm going to go to File, and we're going to wait for that to load. And over here you have your settings, so it's going to be tagged, it is going to be an iMovie, so this way you know. You can export the video and audio, or just the audio if you're just doing like a podcast. And you can control the resolution and the quality that you want, so you can make it the best if it's a ProRes, high, low, medium. And you can see if you want the faster, if you're rushing, or you want better quality. And this one right here is going to be your file size at the end of it, so it's going to be 909 megabytes. It's pretty big, but that's because of our resolution, our quality, and everything else. So we're going to go click on Next. And let's save that as finished. Hopefully I spelled that right. Save. And so yeah, I believe that right now is going to finish my tutorial of iMovie. Overall, I found that iMovie itself is a pretty simple and basic video editing software to use. The only type of hurdles that you're going to have to jump through with it is if you're working in a group setting, as I mentioned before, it can only be used with Macintosh software. So you're going to need everybody in your group to have something that can edit it. I know that can be a bit of a problem because Mac does tend to run kind of expensively. Another issue that iMovie does have is that it's not very friendly to third-party softwares as other video editing softwares are. So if you want to have any type of audio bar besides this little small one right here, it's going to be quite difficult to get. But on the bright side, iMovie does offer a lot of compatibility with a lot of other Apple products. I know that you can use GarageBand to directly create any type of soundtrack that you want, and it's going to be quite easy to put together. I'd say iMovie is great for beginners if you have a Mac. I would highly recommend it for any type of mini documentary series that you want to put together because it will look professional and it will look nice in the end. So yeah, thank you.